In life, we all encounter obstacles, and those obstacles come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. The question is, how do we handle those obstacles? Do we attack them head on, or do we allow them to make us quit? Welcome to the No Quit Living podcast, where we aim to motivate and inspire listeners to never give up on themselves, their dreams, or their goals. We will interview successful people from all walks of life as they share their no-quit stories when they had the choice to give up or give in, but they didn't. We thank you for listening, and we hope to be that jolt of positivity as you go for your greatness. Welcome to episode number 159 of the No Quit Living podcast. I'm your host, Christopher J. Worth, and today's theme of the day is choosing positivity over negativity. Our quote of the day comes to us from Donna Karan. Delete the negative, accentuate the positive. Today's episode is sponsored by the good people over at West Fair Communications, who publish the Westchester County Business Journal and the Fairfield County Business Journal. These newspapers do a wonderful job in covering all aspects of the business world within two of the most influential markets in the New York metropolitan area. You can also take advantage of their daily news feeds, which keep track on the companies and thought leaders in these important regions. For more information, take a look at www.westfaironline.com. Trust me, once you start reading, you won't quit. Today's episode was inspired by an email I received from a listener a couple of weeks ago. In that email, she wrote, "Dear Christopher, I've enjoyed your podcast, and it appears that you always seem upbeat and jovial. How do you always stay so positive?" At first, I was proud and honored that someone both enjoyed as well as listened to the show, but also felt inclined to reach out. Throughout my business and personal career, I have often reached out to others as well. I would be lying if I said that this woman's email at first didn't make me feel good, but later on that day and over the next week or so, I thought more about that question. This past year, I've been dealing with some personal challenges that have truly tested me. I know that we all have our own challenges, and we all have the choice on how we will face them, both the mindset as well as the approach we take. As I was thinking about this question, a famous quote by Zig Ziglar was sent to me via one of the daily email quotes that I am subscribed to. Zig said, "Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will." What I love about this quote is its simplicity. It does not say that a positive attitude is all you need, nor does it say that a positive attitude will allow you to accomplish absolutely anything. Instead, it focuses on the fact that having a positive attitude always gives you an advantage over a negative attitude. It doesn't guarantee or predict success, but it does provide a better outlook. Growing up, my mother and father always taught me the importance of having a positive attitude. To this day, my father still happens to be one of the most optimistic individuals I know. In the current state of our country, where everything that is negative is plastered all over the place, I think we can all use an extra dose of positivity and optimism in our lives. Now, I want to be clear. From this episode, I don't want anyone to think or take from any of this that a positive attitude is all that you need. Actually, quite the contrary. A positive attitude is just a starting point. I personally feel it's the best place to start, but ultimately, that attitude and belief needs to be backed up by action. As I've continued to think about this woman's question, I asked myself one very simple question. Why are some people so negative while others are so positive? Why is it that no matter what, some people will always find the worst in things, and others, on the other hand, always look for and find that silver lining? To take it a step further, I looked at my own life, and immediately 3 people came to mind. No matter what, these 3 people will not only search for, but they will succeed in always finding what could go wrong. As much as I've tried, and ultimately I would love for them to change that approach, these negative Nancys will always be present. But what about those people that are in your life that always search for the good? The ones that always see the glass as half full. Those are the people that we need to spend more time with. Those are the ideal people to associate with. A theme we often discuss on our podcast is the importance of who is in your corner and who's on your bus. Through some challenging personal times this year, I've unfortunately come to the realization that as much as we would like to, we simply can't control the way in which people act or approach life. However, the other conclusion I've come to is that it is important to choose wisely who you allow to stay on your bus and remain in your corner. Although nobody has the ability to control someone else's mind or their actions, we can choose for the most part who we associate with and or where we spend our time. It will be impossible to completely eliminate all the negative people in our life, but we can reduce the time with them or make it as little as possible. As we always try to focus on the positives, I would like to focus now on the good. As we have coined the first category as those negative Nancys, what about those quote-unquote positive Petes that are in our lives? The people that immediately brighten up a room just by walking in. There are 5 or 6 of them that are currently in my life. When I see them, my immediate first reaction is to smile. Personally, those are the people that I want to spend more of my time with. So take a close look at your own life. Who is in your corner and who is on your bus? But also ask yourself, whose corner are you in and whose bus are you on? The best-selling author and famous speaker Jim Rohn has a great quote in which he says, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." I absolutely love this quote. In life, we can't control every single person we come in contact with, but we can control who we have in our corner and the people that we allow to remain on our bus. Perhaps there might be a person or two that you would like to remove from your bus. It might not be easy, it might be very difficult, but it's probably the right thing to do. When you take a look in that self-accountability mirror, I challenge you to ask yourself one question. How do others see and perceive you? Do you think they refer to you as a negative Nancy, or do you think they describe you as a positive Pete? When you encounter your next challenge, or you face that adversity, you have a choice. We all have a choice. It won't be easy. Most likely it won't be simple, but it's the right approach to take. Choose positivity. Make a decision that no matter what it is or who you encounter, choose positivity and go for your greatness. In closing, I would like to leave you with a quote from Steve Schulte. The day is what you make it, so why not make it a great one? And lastly, to our listeners, thank you. We truly appreciate your time, and we hope our episodes inspire you to keep on attacking life and never giving up. To quote Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, it's always too early to quit.